What's going on, y'all? Masterpiece, back at it again, and I got another question as a vegan. How many animal lives are worth one human life? I ask this because I brought up the comparison between animal slavery and torture with human slavery and torture. And I juxtapose them together as the same thing, enslavement. The controlling of another person's destiny, forced penetration, kidnapping, all of these things. And my cousin said, you're gonna get a lot of people mad if you compare animals to humans. Well, there must be some sort of level ground for the two. You know what I mean? So how many animal lives are worth a human life? Like, is it 100 sheeps and cows is worth one man? Or, 200 chickens is worth one woman? What is it? Because I'll tell you, before slavery, what we know as slavery with the Slavs and coming down into Africa and North Americas and China and India, the whole history, before that was happening and during the Arabian slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade, the Chinese with the Tibet, the North and the South Indians, everything that we've ever endured, everything that we've done, while all of those horrific things were happening, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, you know what was also happening and what is still happening today? Animal torture and slaughter. Now, it wouldn't be wise to kill your slaves. You know what I mean? If you had a slave plantation, it wouldn't be wise to get rid of them. They were raised to work, for the master. Animals, the animal industry, the food industry, these animals are born to die. They're not born to work until they die and then you get a new one. They're born to die. So we're literally breeding them in order to kill them. So we kill over 70 billion land animals every year. And let's not even talk about the sea animals. That goes into the trillions, okay? So 70 billion life forms eradicated off the planet every single year, all because we like the taste of it. There are many vegans out there who don't need animal products and animal byproducts. So it shows you that we're not in that hunter-gatherer, survival of the fittest type of mindset anymore or society. We are living in societies where even if you go to the poorest country in terms of GDP, gross domestic products, you will still find grocery stores with, vegan options. You don't have to kill an animal and skin it and eat it. No, we go to the grocery store and we get these nicely packaged meats. So we don't make that connection. So since we're not living in a type of condition where we need to kill animals and we need to use animals to survive, then the question still stands. How many animal lives are worth one human life? If we're doing it for no reason, then what is the worth? We see people get charged with animal abuse when they abuse their dogs or their cats. You'll see on TV shows like Hoarders where there's like 15 cats in the attic and they're all dead. And then they're charged with animal abuse and animal cruelty. I just saw a news program the other night where a man broke into a house, killed someone and killed the dog. And not only they were charged with breaking and entering, manslaughter, but also animal cruelty. And I thought, okay, well, if one dog is worth sentencing or a couple cats is worth sentencing, if that equals a 2-year sentence or a 1-year sentence for somebody for animal cruelty, then what about all the animals that are being tortured every single day just so that you could eat it, which you don't have to do? Okay, so that's why I'm asking, how many animal lives are worth a human life? Because say it's 5 animal lives or 10 animal lives to make one human life. Well, that still is being outweighed right now. Those ratios are being outweighed right now in the number. We don't even have 9 billion people on this planet. Yet we kill 70 billion life forms on the land every single year for food and clothing and stuff. It's horrific. So yeah, I am going to make that comparison to human slavery because it happened before, during, and it's still happening now. We fight for human rights, gender rights, equality, all of that. But when are the animals going to get their rights? Because they have their own needs and wants and desires. You know, it gets really deep. And when you pose this question to people, you see them completely have a cognitive dissonance towards what they're doing and what's being done on the world scale. So if 2 animal lives are worth 1 human life, then that would mean that 14 billion animals would be equal to the 7 billion people that we have on this earth today that we know about. But we kill 70 land animals every single, 70 billion land animals every single year, not even including the fish. What do you think that does to the whole vibration, to the song of life, to our atmosphere, to the vibration of people? It's bringing it way down. So even if you said that 10 animals are worth 1 human life, then that would put it at 70 billion. But we're still killing octopus, whales, dolphins, fish of all kinds, bottom feeders like lobsters and shrimp, and krill and crabs. It's ridiculous. So if you can truly say that 1 human life is worth more than 10, 12, 20 animal lives, then that's maybe where the problem is right there. And maybe you got to go within and self-reflect and see what you're doing in this world that is so much more special and important than the animals. And why do they deserve to die in such masses that they are? Okay? This is Masterpiece with another question as a vegan. How many animal lives are worth 1 human life? I'll never understand.